Hi everybody, Mr. Maiden, aka Spider-Man here again, and today I'm going to be bringing you my deck profile for my uh, this is basically my female mermail slash just mermaid in general deck, I guess. Uh, I have few male monsters in this deck, but the main gist of them is giving the spotlight to the female mermaids of Yu-Gi-Oh! So here we go. First, we got free copies of my favorite Mermail, I guess. Mermail Abyss Healed. Nice 3-star monster. What she can do is, if she's sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one Mermail from your hand, except Mermail Abyss Healed, and you can only use her effect once per turn. So, I don't know, she can like go really easily if you can time her effect right into uh, Synchro and Exesums. Um, Next we got free Mermail um, Abyss Dine. Uh, and what she can do is, um, when this card is added from your deck or graveyard to hand by card effect, you can special summon her from your hand. But you need to control a Mermail to activate and resolve her effect. Um, When this card is special summoned by the effect of a Mermail monster, you can target one level 3 or lower Mermail from your graveyard and special summon that target. So again, she can, like, if you can time her effects well enough, you can, like, feed, like, really well into, like, Xyz and Synchro summons. I got uh, 2 copies of Mermail Abyss Gund. She's, I don't know, she's really pretty too, actually. Um, um, If she's discarded to the graveyard, you can target one Mermail in the graveyard, except her and special summon that target. Uh, and all 3 of these being level 3, like I don't know, they can like go really well and combo with each other. The next card is one Mermail Osha. I don't really like her as much as like those other 3, but which is why I'm only one of her. Um, Her effect is you can target one more monster control and special summon any number of level 4 or lower Mermails from your deck whose combined level is less than or equal to the level of that monster. Then send that monster to the graveyard. Um, Most Mermails in this deck are level 4, level 3, so I don't know, it's not that useful of an effect, I guess. um, but as its usage shows 1900 defense points. So. Next is the only male Mermail in this deck, Mermail Abyss Lung. He has a nice 1800 defense points. Um, he blocks attacks on all their Mermails and water monsters except himself. And he gives all water monsters you control 300 extra attack points. Lastly, for the Mermail monsters in this deck, we have main deck rather, Mermail Abyss Nirai. She has a nice 2000 defense points. Her effect is
You can discard this card, target one water monster you control, and destroy one other water monster in your hand or field. And if you do, the target monster gains attack and defense equal to the destroyed monster's original attack and defense until the end of the turn. And if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can draw one card, then discard one card.
So she actually has a pretty nice. She has a few abilities that can be pretty useful, actually. One of her. We got one Toon Mermaid. I just really love Toon Mermaid, like her appearance in the Yu-Gi-Oh anime. She was really fun there. Showed a lot of like personality. Her laugh is really cute. She can attack directly at the cost of 500 life points. So, Cure Mermaid, as long as she's on the field, face up, you can increase your life points every stamina phase by 800 life points. So, kind of mitigating Toon Mermaid's cost. Your Shiro of Aqua. She can change her level to equal another water monster on the field's level.
And also, if Umi is on the field, she can special summon a water monster in the graveyard, and then target an Umi in the graveyard added to your hand. She has a nice 2,000 defense points. She's pretty cute too. Next is just one red archer girl. I have one of her at least in my Serenity deck, actually. This card is
one Mermaid Archer with 1200 attack and 200 defense points.
her effect is on split turn you can equip one level 4 or lower monster you control to this card, and if you do, she gains 800 attack points. And if this card would be destroyed, you can destroy the equipped monster instead. She can only equip one monster at a time, but she can get up to 2,000 points that way. And with other cards in this deck, she can potentially climb higher, kind of making her a potential boss monster of this deck, I guess. Next card is one Enchanting Mermaid, 1,200 attack, 900 defense. And she's a fish, which works well with another card in this deck. The next card is one Legendary Fisherman. I just really love whenever he was used in the anime. Next card is one White Stingray, another fish monster. You can special summon this card from your hand by discarding one water monster. And if this card is special summoned from your graveyard, you can treat it as a tuner, which really helps with this deck. Next card is one copy of White Moray. Which is another eel-looking thing similar to Abyss Heal, I guess. um, its effect is during the turn this card is normal summon. You can attack that one directly, and if it's special summon from the graveyard, you can treat it as a tuner during that turn. Its attack is 600, so it's not super powerful, but it's I don't know. One direct attack, I guess. I don't know, 600 damage. Plus potential power up some other cards. I don't know. Could be
nice sometimes. Next card is only non-water monster in this deck. Uh, Otoshi Damashi. Little cute sea otter here. I love like sea otters. I love the Pokemon Oshawott and
He's a tuna monster. His effect is actually really useful. Um, when you control a monster that's not a tuna, your opponent cannot target this card for attack, so he has some protection. If a monster is sent from the field to your opponent's graveyard, you can place one Otoshi Damashi counter on this card, and then special summon Otoshi Damashi tokens equal to the number of Otoshi Damashi counters on this card, and each token's level is increased when summoned by the number of Otoshi Damashi counters on this card. Also, each token's attack and defense are its level when summoned times 500. You can only use one of his effects once per turn, but I don't know, his effect really works well for levels and manipulating levels, which really works well for like synchro summoning and XZ summoning if you need it. So yeah, he just being useful for that kind of thing and just being like a super adorable little guy. I It's a no-brainer to include in this deck. Plus, the artwork has water in it, so next four cards actually kind of related. Uh, First, Testudo or Rock Newman. Um, its effect, its stats are 0 attack, 1800 defense. Neither player can special summon monsters with 1800 or more attack. Next card is the 5-star Newman or Testudo with the exact opposite stats. Its effect is neither player can special summon monsters with 1800 or less attack. So if you can actually get these two out, uh, neither player can special summon at all. So creating a interesting lock there, I guess, on the game. Only unlocks down special summons though, so the next card is two cards that kind of go well, two cards that are kind of linked, I guess, and also featured in those two monsters arcs, I guess. Forgotten Temple of the Deep and Lemuria, the Forgotten City. What Forgotten Temple of the Deep does is, when this card's on the field, this card's name is treated as Yumi. Once per turn, you can select and banish one face up level 4 or lower fish, sea serpent, or aqua monster you control during either player's turn, and special summon it during the end phase. Uh, Next card is uh, Lemuria for the Forgotten City now. What this card it does is one, it's always treated as Yumi. All water monsters gain 200 attack and defense, and once per turn in the main phase, you can have all water monsters you control gain levels equal to the number of water monsters you currently control until the end phase. So yeah, these cards I don't combo particularly together, but I don't know, in case you want to like combo something and the I guess levels are not quite what you need. You can banish something and then activate one Morgus effect to adjust the levels. So then you can synchro or see some. This deck actually does work a lot with banishing monsters, I'm noticing. So yeah, I just really love this like uh, artwork and how it's like on several cards like Testudo Rock Newman and Forgotten Temple of the Deep. Next card we got is
Abyss Sphere. It's a continuous trap card. With it, you can special summon one Mermaid from your deck. With its effects negated, you cannot activate any spell cards. And when this card leaves the field, destroy that monster. And this card is destroyed during the opponent's next entries after you're activated. So I don't know, you're kind of on a clock for whatever you activate or whatever you bring back, and can't activate any of its special abilities. So I don't know, best to go into like synchros or XE summons, I guess, while you can with this. The next card, oh yeah, I sort of put this in there too. It's not the sim effect like at all, but it's kind of similar to what Tears of a Mermaid did in the anime. Like I guess like, visually, like it trapped like a beaver warrior in like a bubble of like Red Archer Girl's tears, basically. So fun fact. When Tears of a Mermaid gets printed, though, if that happens, hoping it will, since Evolution is being printed, and yeah, I'm taking out something in this deck and replacing it with Tears of a Mermaid. Next card is a Squall. You can target 3 Mermaids in your graveyard, special summon them in defense mode, and with their effects negated. It actually looks like you can see like Abyss Healed, sort of like in the foreground of this card, in the bottom left corner. They're destroyed during the end phase, but yeah. So this card is also useful really only for, I was going to say attacking, but you can't even attack them since there's some in defense mode. So your best bet is just go into like a synchro or XV summon. The next card is Abyss Scored. You'd see Abyss Neri on this card looking actually kind of terrifying. uh, this card's effect, target one more Mermaid you control, it gains 1,000 attack until the end phase. When this set card is sent to the graveyard, target one monster your opponent controls and send that target to the graveyard. So, yeah, it's a pretty nice card, like, even if you don't get actually use it, it's a real effect. Now we got the Abyss Scale, like, equip cards. Satis, Kraken, and Mizuchi. Mizuchi gives the equipped Mermaid 800 attacks, or 800 more attack points. Um, it negates spell cards on the opponent's field, and then at the cost of sending this card to the graveyard. Kraken's effect can gives 400 more attack points. Can negate a monster effect at the cost of sending it to the graveyard. And say just gives 800 more attack, and it negates trap cards at the cost of sending it to the graveyard. Next is another field spell. I just really love like the artwork. Umiruka. Uh, it increases the attack of all water monsters by 500 points and decreases their defense by 400. So yeah. reason I put this in there actually is Bastion uses this card in Ego GX. Speaking of Destiny, and this card's uh, hologram, like in the field zone, like looks just absolutely beautiful. Next is the trap card, Fish, which, fun fact, features the monster that's also featured on Trap Hole in its artwork. This card does the effect of an effect monster's effect activates. Shuffle one of your banished fish, sea serpent, or aqua monsters into the main deck, negate the activation, and destroy it. So it can also combo really well with cards like uh, Forgotten Temple to the Deep. The next card is um, Surface. Um, with this card, you can target one level 3 or lower fish, sea serpent, or aqua monster graveyard and special summon it in defense position. And there's no drawback there, like other cards in this deck. Next card is one copy of Poseidon Wave. Um, with this card, when an opponent's monster goes an attack, you can target the attacking monster, negate the target's attack, and if you control any fish, sea serpent, or aqua monsters, you inflict 800 points of damage to your opponent for each of those monsters. So it's a really nice way to get like burn damage out for like one turn. If you can like, especially if you can like say, I don't know, um, combo it with like Abyss Squall, like chain the Sunway to Abyss Squall, that'll be like 2400 damage. Next card is Sea Stealth 2. I just really like the word fortress all on it with all these like uh not tornadoes but like uh water spouts. This card becomes Umi when on the field or in the graveyard. Your opponent cannot target water monsters you control with non-water monster effects, which is really useful. At the start of the battle phase, you can special summon from your hand or graveyard one monster that mentions Umi or one water normal monster in defense position, but destroy at the end of the battle phase. This deck doesn't have many monsters like that. Like, I think its only targets are like Yoshiro of the Aqua, Plunger, Fisherman, uh, Red Archer Girl, and like Enchanting Mermaid. Next card is, you've seen me talk about this card before, Aqua Chorus. Gives monsters with the same name 500 more attack points. Next card is one copy of Bubble Bringer. This card is a continuous trap card of level 4 higher monsters can now attack directly. During your turn, you can send this face-up card from the field to the graveyard to target 2 level 4 lower water monsters with the same name in your graveyard and special summon them with their effects negated. So just real another easy way to go into a Synchro or XZ summon. The next card is Sea Stealth Attack. I just really like the card, which kind of alludes to, I guess, Joey and Mako's deal in the Bow City tournament. It's on a beach, though. This card works like this. When this card is activated, you can activate one Umi from your hand or graveyard while Umi is on the field. This card gains these effects. Once per turn, you can banish one water monster you control until the end phase, and this turn's spell trap cards you control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. And at the start of the damage step, if your water monster whose original level is 5 or higher bows an opponent's monster, destroy the opponent's monster. Obviously, it's meant to work with the legendary fisherman to sort of like harpoon all of the opponent's monsters just from the safety of the ocean, I guess. Last card in the main deck is just one copy of Toon World. Big XZ's monster for this deck is Mermaid Abyss Trite. She has 2,800 defense points, 1,600 attack points. She takes 3 level 3 monsters, but that's really no problem for this deck. During other players' turn, your opponent targets exactly one face-up Mermaid for an attack or with a spell shower effect that could have targeted this card. You can detach one Xyz material from this card, and that the attack or target, the attack or effect now targets this card. When this card is dismissed at the graveyard, you can target one Mermaid monster in your graveyard and special summon it. So yeah, she works to just protect your Mermaids, I guess. Final card is one card I wasn't even sure I was going to include this card, but I decided to anyway because I like it so much. It's one copy of White Aura Dolphin. It takes one tuner plus one or more non-tuner monsters. It's a level 6 water fish synchro monster with 2,400 attack and 1,000 defense. Its effect is once per turn, you can target one face monster your opponent controls and have its original attack until the end of the turn. And if this card is destroyed by opponent's card effect if this card is destroyed by opponent's card effect or by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can banish one other water monster from your graveyard and special summon this card. And if you do, it is treated as a tuner. That effect really doesn't play much into how I use it because I don't have the other White Aura monsters. I just wanted to use White Aura Dolphin. But yeah, I mainly use this card basically for its first effect. You can cut opponents' monsters' original attack points in half. So yeah, that was my 40 card Mermaid deck. I really wanted to. I didn't really like a lot of the male Mermaid monsters, so I wanted to show the power of like the female Mermaids more so and give them a bit of spotlight. I think I did a pretty good job. This deck isn't super powerful, but I think it can have its like uses. Yeah. So yeah, this was my female Mermaid deck. And let me know what you think, and tell me your favorite Mermaid monster. See ya.